Go ahead and do that transition. All right. So Power, I don't know, this is gonna be book 5, book 6, book 7, whatever. Legacy. Which is gonna feature Tariq and Tommy, right? So first and foremost, I wanna address something because I know we now know that more than likely, I think we can say at a 95% percent chance that it was indeed Tommy who called Tariq at the end of book for Ghost. And more than likely, we're going to get the first crossover of Power. Well, no, that's not the first crossover because I think Blocker crossed over to Force. But the second crossover to Force with Tariq and his company, which more than likely will be Braden and Effie, and I would say Kane as well, coming along and to help him with the war that he got taking place in Chicago. But here's the thing. I know I made a video about this before, and of course, a lot of other channels has touched on it as well. Will Ghost pop up at the end of this season of Force? I know I would love to see it. I'm starting to slightly lose a little hope in it, but I would love to absolutely see this. And but I think it is a possibility, and then maybe Ghost will actually show up in Legacy too. Keep this in mind. In case y'all are not aware of this, for the people that's not aware, there is a new snowfall that is coming, right? And in this new snowfall, it's gonna be featuring Leon and Wanda, right? And it's gonna take place in the '90s during the hip hop era and LA gang violence. So that's where it's gonna be based around. And I was also told that Franklin will also be in this, but I don't think he's necessarily going to be a lead, maybe. I don't know for sure, but he's going to be in it. So could Power Legacy do the same thing? Like, of course, they told us about Tommy and Tariq already, and then later on, we find out that Ghost is also involved. That's a question for y'all with this Legacy. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, Breeze and Kanan might kill Unique like Ghost and Tommy did Milan. I mean, possibly. A lot of people contradict themselves, especially when making theories. Well, I try not to contradict myself. I'm not saying that I've never done it, but I try not to. Unpopular opinion, Tommy's story is running out of gas and Force hasn't been that great. Nah, that ain't no unpopular one. That's a fact almost. And that's why I've been saying it. And I think I've seen a couple of other channels. I didn't look at their video, but I seen like the title of it. Them saying that they believe this is going to be the final run for Tommy in Legacy. And yeah, that's what I believe. I believe this is going to be the last season that we see of Tommy in Power. Well, not last season, the last series we see of Tommy in Power. Whether he gets arrested and be done forever, or he's going to be taken out. But I would say more than likely taken out, because Tommy don't seem like the type that'll ride in prison. Can't wait to hear the song for the spinoff Legacy. That junk gonna be cold. I agree with that. That junk gonna be cold. You wish the baby didn't die? I would have been mad it would have been mad viable for the future. You know, let me touch on that real fast. I think it might be a possibility that the baby initially supposed to survive, but the cancellation of book 2, book 2 happening out of nowhere, I think may have changed the outcome of the baby. Because keep in mind, there were set photos and behind the scene photos of Diana with a baby on the set. So I believe maybe originally that baby's supposed to survive and she had it, but they had to change it after the show was canceled and they was deciding to go in go a different direction with the series. So who knows? Maybe they'll have another one later on. Mahoney got to be introduced in Power. I would hope so because there was a character that a lot of people were interested in who it was. A lot of people think they were just something they threw out there because that was the name of one of the producers or something like that. But hey, you announced it on the show. You need to show the nigga. How the hell Tommy get Tariq number to call him? It could have happened after the exchange when, between them in season 3. Maybe they exchanged numbers then. We didn't see everything that happened before. They could have upscreen exchanged numbers. Or he could have reached out to Tasha. Keep in mind, Tasha knows it. He could have asked her. Tommy is gonna fake his identity again. Perhaps so that he can go to New York. Amari Hargrave still got to get paid the money he wants. Stars is too cheap. Well, you got to remember that they did clear out a whole lot of money with Monet being gone. Now, Shamik Moore is going to be taking up a good amount of it. But I think if they got rid of Patina Miller, then that money is still on the table. So they might have the budget. If Amari can agree to maybe like $500,000 per episode, it could work. Franklin Saint will be in the Snowfall spinout. Hopefully, we also get Queen Louie. I'm pretty sure Louie will be in it. Because why else would they have her still around? Because they knew about the spinout way before it. Because like I said, when I was on set for that last episode, they were talking about it. So, yeah. Wild theory: Tommy dies the second time because of the heat from the feds and mafia in New York, finding out that he's still alive. He escapes Chicago and goes by the name Breeze. That would be crazy, but I do think that he will. I think it will be the mafia who take Tommy out, just like I believe the mafia will take Marvin out. Power Legacy will end with Tommy calling Tariq Ghost. Full circle moment. That could very much be possible. Also, for anybody that want to come up, like I said, the ones I'm familiar with, I'm gonna drop the link. That's just solely if you want to, because I think it makes it easier to explain certain stuff, and I think it's good for the content. But anyways, to deal with that, I could see that happening, Michael, and that could very much be the case for James with Breeze. I think it's possible that Breeze gave him that nickname right before he took him out because he was able to just appear in his house like that and he'd never seen him coming. And then once he was like, you just like a ghost. I'm gonna call you Ghost or something like that. And then Ghost, take him out. And then that would make sense. Never see him come because they didn't see him. They didn't see him when he was entering. And then once he take them out, of course, you don't see him leave either because now you're dead. So that would make sense. And who knows? Maybe Tariq could do the same thing. Because it wouldn't surprise me if Tariq takes out Tommy. Because remember, I talked about this on the last live. I talked about that. Remember, Tariq's operation is already up and running in New York. If Tommy's journey is done in Chicago, more than likely, he's going to be heading back to New York. I don't see him going to LA because as cheap as Stars is, it would take way more money. Like if y'all knew how expensive it is for you to shoot something in LA, you would know that they more than likely not coming in. So it would be way easier for them to either shoot it in 50 Cent's new studio that he's building in Sweetport. I don't know how far along they are with that, or to just keep it in New York, or even shoot it in Atlanta. But coming to LA more than likely won't happen because it costs too much. But let's see. Yeah, I could see Tommy going out like Kanan. Possibly, yep. Tariq the new Ghost, Tommy the new Breeze. It makes sense. It makes sense. It could happen like that. Yeah, Tommy name being supposed to be Eddie O'Neal is crazy. But yeah, I did see that when Courtney was saying, and of course, Joseph Sakura talked about it on the Crew Has It podcast, that originally that was going to be his name. Y'all keep listening to Support Gaming about that Mahoney match. Mahoney will be in the Power Legacy. Power Legacy should feature Cash and Alicia Marie all grown up in the game. It could. It could, but I just hope it's different actors. With at least Cash, because that nigga was terrible. Unless he been getting acting lessons. But I would also say this, Cedric. If you're going to bring Cash and Alicia Marie, then you more than likely will have to heavily feature Yas as well. Because keep in mind, 2000, she's basically an adult now too. Because she's what, 16, 17? Tommy could change his identity to Eddie O'Neal. That would be funny as hell if he did that. But anyways, I still believe Power Legacy will be in LA. They already have strongholds in New York and Chicago. Might as well go coast to coast. It won't happen, brother. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this as a filmmaker and a person that works in the industry. They are not coming to LA. If it was to take place in LA, I would be absolutely shocked. I would be happy about it because I live in LA, and that means I'll be closer to it, and I definitely can work harder to try to get some ties in to be on it. But the likelihood of it happening, super, super slim because it costs too much money. If they don't want to pay Amari Hawkwood the money he's asking for, they damn sure don't want to pay the taxes that it costs to film a set up in LA. You say it could be in Miami? You know what? Miami is starting to be more open and starting to come up with more sets. So Miami is a possibility. I can agree with you on Miami. Possibility. Do I think it'll happen? If I had to bet on it, no. But I would say that's probably a higher possibility than LA. They start calling Reek Ghost, I'm going to be spamming boo in every form. You seen that clip of 50 saying Ghost was supposed to die? Yes, I did. Yep. But that's not nothing new. That's like something he been said. He just so happened to bring it up again. But the fact that he's bringing it up again, the fact that he's bringing this up again kind of makes me think that Ghost might be still alive. Because the fact that 50 Cent trying to convince the viewers more and more that, the character's actually gone might mean that, that's not the truth. Because 50 Cent is a master manipulator and he's an internet genius. He knows how to get the crowd into talking about stuff and, making shit sell. So Power Legacy just gonna stay in New York. Doubt stars have the budget to fill. I agree with that support. It's probably gonna stay in New York. Just gonna be in New York. Too expensive to film in multiple cities. It would have been dope though. Yeah, it would have been. They should have kept. You said Miami don't have any taxes. I mean, I don't know about them not having any taxes, but I know for sure their taxes ain't nowhere near the bullshit that they got here. That's the reason why LA is losing so much business when it comes to the film. They should have kept Mecca alive and never turned him into a snitch. Imagine if Kane met Tommy while on the run and joined Tommy's organization. That would be very interesting. But more than likely, I would see Kane just going in Chicago, kicking up some dust, and then all of a sudden, Tariq end up running into him, and then he let Tommy know he knows him. That's how I can see it happening. I hope they build up cash to smoke Tariq for Tasha eliminating Lakeisha Grant. I know you hope you wish on Tariq downfall heavy, but that shit is not happening, nigga. More than likely. Yeah. Also, y'all, your boy birthday is Tuesday. I might do a live on it though. I know y'all probably like, what the hell this nigga doing working on doing a live on his birthday. But yeah, I just might do that. It depends. Am I gonna be on here all damn day? Absolutely not. Because later on at night, I'm gonna be doing other shit. But if y'all want to jump through the live and stuff when I do it, just pay attention to the community. I'll let y'all know whether or not I'm doing it. Imagine Tommy calling himself Breeze in front of Kane, and then Kane introduced Tariq to him, and Tariq says, "What the F, Uncle Tommy?" That would be funny. Like he probably would be like Breeze. He probably, but at the same time, he might be on to it, Because think about it. He's gonna be on to the name Breeze, because keep in mind he is aware of who Breeze is. So he probably gonna be like, what the hell? Who the hell calling themselves Breeze? And then it probably would make sense to him. Oh, Tommy.